Transistor isn't afraid to step out of the shadow of its famous sibling. This is Supergiant's second game after the popular Bastion, and it shares DNA with its predecessor. But Transistor's story and world are unique, and its combat is fine-tuned, deep, and dynamic. Transistor put me in the shoes of Red, a popular musician living in the cyberpunk fantasy city of Cloudbank. The game begins dramatically, with Red pulling a giant sword, the Transistor, from the body of a man on a rooftop. The Transistor isn't just a regular weapon. It has a personality and a voice, and it quickly becomes Red's partner. The storytelling is fragmentary but effective. Cloudbank is a rich, beautiful place, brimming with detail and mystery. It feels lived in, and it's full of tiny story details. There are terminals to search, messages to find, clues to seek out. I could even leave comments on news stories or order food from restaurants. These tiny details help to flesh out the fanciful world of Cloudbank. When I wasn't exploring abandoned corners of the city, I was fighting process. These are robotic foes hell-bent on destroying Cloudbank. Upon meeting a set of enemies, a perimeter appears, boxing Red in and forcing her to fight. The game adjusted to my playstyle. For every fight, I could choose to attack the process in real time, or I could choose to load a turn. During a turn, time froze, allowing me to maneuver and line up attacks. Then I'd return to real time and watch the carnage. The cost was a cooldown period where I was powerless for a few seconds afterward. I loved having the freedom to decide how I wanted to treat each battle. I started out with two abilities, functions in the game's parlance, a quick melee attack and a ranged shot. They were soon complemented by about a dozen new abilities. There was a warp that let me zip across the battlefield, a bomb that damages foes within a small radius, a beam that bounces from enemy to enemy. Every function was useful and could be combined with other abilities to make them stronger. Instead of killing me when my health bar bottomed out, Transistor took away one of my functions. So long as I had an active function working, I could finish the fight. This is a brilliant design decision. It lends Transistor a unique kind of challenge. It drew me out of my comfort zone. By forcing me to finish battles with limited powers and work with my lesser used ability, it made me a better player. Transistor may look like another pretty face favoring style over substance, but its beauty is outshined by combat deep enough to sink into for hours and hours.